All right, lunchtime coming, and picked the right support zone today. I thought that 42 to 41 area would be an important level. It's turned out to be that way. Tested it early, came into the blue line. We've bounced, we've double topped, busted a little, pulled back, but we're holding the rain line. And for me, that's one of the things I look for is the position of these lines relative to each other. So currently, I've suggested 58. Looks like that 58 area is supportive. All right, quick update. Getting towards the end of the session, got about an hour to go. And that 82 area that we had talked about earlier has held for now. That was a nice reversal coming back in. We spent quite a bit of time backing and filling. And basis this chart, we can see the tails formed this 35, 36 zone. And that's held today nicely. This last rotation, short, profit-taking swing, but no real penetration today backside for the shorts. It's pretty much bounce off the floor and trying to hold that. We'd said 1831 a quarter was going to 1831 was going to be tough. Got to give it a few points so far. That's holding for now. And we've got a nice bounce. We're starting to make higher highs and higher lows. That's part of the pattern we're trying to read. 69.75 area I think is going to be a key area today and tomorrow. So keeping my eye on that. And basis this chart, we've still got tails pointing up and hard for the shorts to keep moving this beach ball backwards today. And that was one of the things we thought might be after such a ferocious sell-off that we'd have a day or two of this kind of a push. Here's our 5-minute chart. We can see basically how the moving averages have all come together here. I don't give as much weight and credibility to the moving averages when we get into a really tight range like this. They're much better off being used when we have either a solid umbrella or we get too far away from the rain line and then we expect the snapbacks. And then the battle becomes the position of these moving averages again. Basis this chart, and this is a 5-minute chart. It's somewhat important, but not as important, obviously, as some of the deeper charts. So that's what I'm looking at. We've got today's RTH Demon right here, this bar, and we've got the Angel right here, this 48. So you get close, get within a few points of these Angels and Demons. Oftentimes you're going to want to respect those ideas. And generically 50, obviously this 50 ideas is fairly important right now, as is the 1875. So on this chart, not a lot of new information right now that you can gather from this chart. And here's a 30-minute chart. Gives us a little bit more depth to look at relative position. We can see this poke yesterday under that 1830-31 area. Recovered that. And then today we've not been able to penetrate backside for any retests. And we've migrated up as the days go on and multiple days, and these lines will change position a bit. And so you can see where it was much higher earlier and now it's migrated to a lower perspective. So we still want to keep an eye on that, but it does get easier to step over as time goes by, step over that line, and then we'll look to the next one like 60s and whatever. But for now, this is close enough in our work to say, okay, this is going to be a resistance zone. Obviously, the 48 we're using, that's a pivot point for today. We can see the tails down here that have really said, no, get out of my territory, shorts, we're going the other way. And likewise, we can see that these highs over here still have to be reconciled in terms of any further bounces. So rather than look for too much at any one bite, I like to think of range trading as part of the business, and where the market auctions off in a certain range for a while. I think we need some charts with what I call no spaghetti, no moving averages. Just see the candles and try to let your intuition work. And that's one of the things that you will note on a chart like this. You can see several points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And today, look where we stalled, with this arrow coming down here. That's a trend line that I think is important right now and has stalled today's bounce. Obviously over time these lines will change with different angles, up, down, sideways, whatever. But whatever your mind can see and grasp, those are heads up. Those are ideas that your intuition will start to tell you, well, maybe this is time for the longs to pack it in, and we may get a pullback, especially if timing is an issue. If we've had a one-way run for any length of time. This is a 30-minute chart, and something like this gives you enough perspective over a few days so that you can see important support areas and important resistance areas, and most of all, not cloud your judgment with too much information on any one chart. Z, wrapping up another session. Hope it helps.